guys, welcome back to another episode of Talenteddancers. Now I'm actually logged into my brother's. This is actually my tablet. Right now, it's not working. Too bad. So I'm going to be doing a new book. Actually, this is kind of different to what we usually do. So I'm going to kind of just be reading Third Grade Angels by Jerry Spinelli. And I hope you guys enjoy this because I read this actually in my classroom, and I really liked it. So, what I think is really neat about it, it's for my second grade teacher, and I'm in third grade now. So, third grade angel, and last year I was a Blake, and I'll show you that right on the first page, actually. Okay. So, Third Grade Angels by Jerry Spinelli. Chapter 1. Finally. I heard it first in kindergarten. First grade babies, second grade cats, third grade angels, fourth grade rats. I didn't like being first grade baby. I wasn't a baby. I didn't like being a second grade cat. I like dogs. All this time I'd been waiting to be an angel, and now I am. Today was the first day of third grade. We could see it from the hallway as we headed to our new classroom. It was right on the door and the big sign, "Welcome Angels." Our new teacher, Mrs. Sims, was standing there, saying it to each one of us as we entered the classroom. "Welcome, Angel Brett. Welcome, Angel Heather. Welcome, Angel Emma." And so that's Mrs. Sims. Mrs. Sims and the big sign. Welcome, Angels. Okay. Amazing! How did she already know our names? She shook each student's hand. When it was my turn, she shook my hand and said, "Welcome, Angel George." Only my teachers called me George. My real name is Suds. We were all in our seats. Mrs. Sims gave us a biggest smile I've ever seen. I knew right away that we were going to be the best class she ever had. I fired my best smile right back at her. She held out her arms. "Good morning, angels. Good morning," we shouted back. A boy beside me added, "Teacher," we all laughed. Are you the boss angel? The same boy asked. Half of us were shocked and half laughed. Mrs. Sims laughed. She thought about it. She nodded. "Yes, I guess you could say I'm the boss angel. But Joseph," she turned to the boy and wrote her name in big letters, "you can call me Mrs. Sims." Joseph nodded and looked across the aisle at me and said, "Cool. I didn't know him. I figured he must be new." "All right," said Mrs. Sims. "Let's talk about angels for a minute. You've been a baby and you've been a cat. You know what those are. But what about angels? What's an angel?" Her eyes swept over the class. Hands went up. "A spirit," said Raymond Venezzi. "A dead person with wings," said Holly Briscoe. "Big white wings," Jeremy Mutz called out without raising his hand. Judy Billings was sitting in front of me. It was no accident. I had rushed to get the seat behind her. Her hand shot up in the air. "Ooh, she went." "Guess, Judy," said Mrs. Sims. Judy stood even though the others didn't, perfect in every way. The way she said it so sure, I got the impression she knew a couple of angels personally. Mrs. Sims pointed to her. Good, all of you, good, all good answers." She motioned the rest of the hands down. "Now, let's talk about." Christina Serrano practically shrieked, "Mrs. Sims, your earrings are angels!" She was right. Dangling from Mrs. Sims' ears were silver angels with wings. A couple of kids clapped. A couple said, "Cool." Besides me, the new Joseph kid said, "You did chic," but not loud enough for the teacher to hear it. Mrs. Sims bowed. Thank you, friends. Thank you, friends. You were very observant. Last year's class didn't notice till the third day of school." She clapped her hands. "All right, now, where were we?" She pointed at Judy Billings again. "Yes, yes, perfection. I've heard that too. Whatever angels may be, everybody seems to agree that they're perfect. All right, she looked us over. Show of hands, anybody here perfect? We all turned around to see if any hands went up. One did. Mrs. Sims seemed surprised. Well, Joseph, congratulations to you. Joseph grinned and slapped his own hair. Nah, just kidding. Mrs. Sims pretended to wipe her brow. Phew, you had me worried for a second. I wouldn't know what to do with a perfect third grader. Send them to Angel soon, somebody piped out. Everybody laughed. Mrs. Sims, hardest of all. It was only when I realized she gave me a thumbs up and suddenly I realized something. The one who said it was me. I couldn't believe it. I never heard anything like that in my life. I never speak in class unless I raise my hand first. What got into me? I wonder if I had something to do with sitting next to Joseph. I can see I'm going to love this class, Mrs. Sims, said Mrs. Sims. Okay, angels are perfect. Real angels, that is. But we're not real angels, are we? We're third grade angels. People type angels, right? Right, Queen Nichols. So, she went on, the best we can do is, she waited to build up suspense, the best we can do. A couple haws popped out. The other words of Mrs. Sims in order could be the third grade angels. All you have to do is do your best. She looked us over. Got it, we said. Okay, said Mrs. Sims. But I know that you guys like a little reward for going through trouble, right? Right. You want to make the prize at the end of the road to make it worthwhile, right? Right. Well, Mrs. Sims said, she reached into her desk drawer. Have I a prize for you? Okay, gonna see part 2, the chapter 2 actually. I stopped that chapter because it's only 10 pages. I'm actually planning on reading 10 pages. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Chapter 2 is gonna be the prize. So, see you guys in future videos. Bye! I have to pick